I am just, you know, late in the driveway still. I've been snow shoveling with my hands for the last hour. And apparently it's really important that I make it to work today. So we're going to battle through it, I guess. I'm not going to drive and stream and all that. But yeah. And I just got a text that I'm on a 2-hour delay. And the manager couldn't tell me that. So that's great. What's up, everybody? Good to see you guys. I'm still in the driveway. So, now I guess I get to venture out and try and find food. I could never survive if I had to, like, hunt for food. I would really be in big trouble. I would be in really big trouble. Thank you. Yeah, I had a lot of time to get myself together this morning. It's, I can't show you out the window yet because it's just not defrosted. Thank you. Thank you so much. You guys are awesome. Yeah, I just don't even know how to sound like I'm pleased about today because I'm not. I'm actually quite disappointed. I miss being a kid where you can have like a snow day. Yeah, Vinny, the snow is insane. But I mean, in Virginia Beach, we've had snow before. And I specifically remember when we did, there's an EMS shift that I ran when I first started. I was like an intern. Actually, I think I might have even been a student. And it was so bad, the ambulances had to turn around and get rerouted. It was crazy. Like, I was watching people go out in the snow. The ambulance would get stuck. The fire truck would come. The fire truck would get stuck. And I mean, it would just be like, holy shit, dude. Sorry, I'm just getting messages from my manager, and one of my coworkers just said we were on a 2-hour delay. So I'm like, why did I not just, I literally just talked to my manager and he didn't tell me that. He just said be careful, that it wasn't that bad. I'm like, it is kind of if you're trying to get out the driveway. But yeah, I can't feel my fingers. It's literally like the coldest. But I've been in this before. It's not like it's shocking. It's just, yeah. Is 3 degrees where you're at? Holy crap. Yeah. I usually really don't mind being cold. I just... Stop it, Dumpling. Stop. I'm not hugging anybody. You guys are crazy. They closed schools. Yeah, they closed schools like last night. Before it even started snowing, they closed schools. And I was actually excited about that because my daughter had a low-grade fever and her throat hurt. And, you know, so I'm like, I'm actually appreciative of that. But work, and they need to do the same thing. Because, like, this isn't a good time. I can show you. I guess I can get out and show you a little bit. Give me a second. All right, let me see what I could do. It would help if I would unlock the door. And turn the camera around. There. I seen a cat out here earlier. Like, look. What are you doing? The cat is just like living its best life. There's a bunch of different little areas that I have set up for the cats under the house even. which that'll get fixed, but, and that's all off. It's not 7:35. The dogs wouldn't even get out. The dogs wouldn't leave the doorway. The dogs, Wrangler got up. Usually Lolo is the one that gets up. Lolo wakes me up before I even have a time to get up sometimes. But Wrangler got up and he walked to the door. He peeked his head outside and just was like, nope, not today. Temu has great insulated cat houses, PJ. That's a good thing to look up. Thank you for letting me know. I'm going to look that up later, actually, because I have a couple of... Short Leg sent us a really nice one, like a real wooden, like an actual cat house. And then she actually sent me some wool blankets that I lined it up with, but I'm worried like they're just going to pee all over that. But I did it just in case. And then I have... the side little cot that I made out of like a bin, you know, the stuff that you store your clothes in, like a bin. I kind of cut a hole in the side. Yes, Dumpling, that's exactly what happened. I don't know, those of you guys that have been following me, we've had a raccoon that lives here that's like big, and Dolly calls him Apples, but I call him Tubby because he's like wide. He's like wide. I mean, he's huge. And the first day, actually, it was like the first week that we had the new house that Dumpling, I knew you knew that. The house that Short Legs got us a couple days after we got it, I walked outside and I seen Tubby coming out of the house. And I'm like, holy shit. Straw for strays, it won't get wet. And thank you, that's a good tip, thank you. We have like the wool blanket, the one that's like, it doesn't even feel like a blanket. I don't really think that, I don't think you could absorb moisture in that, but it's just temporary. I was actually working on getting houses like the ones that have the heaters inside of them, but there was bad reviews. It said that like they like to pee on them and they don't last very long, and they're like $70 still. So I don't know. They come in the cat door. Yes, yes. The big tubby raccoon was living his best life in that cat house. I'm just like, I'm glad that Short Legs got this for you there, buddy. Good morning, everybody. Good to see you guys. I have 32 likes and 152 in the room. That's pretty mean of you guys. Half of y'all haven't. Are you sure the roads are drivable? Yeah. I think they salted the roads. It's just the driveway. The problem is the driveway. So, I mean, I'll have to venture out at some point. I can't stay here and starve to death. I'm definitely not on my game as far as hunting for food or anything. And I mean, we have a full refrigerator. I just meant like at some point we're gonna have to venture out to get food or to go somewhere. But thank you, Cindy. Thank you so much. You just double tap it because I'm on the YouTube app directly. So, yep, we got snow. We got a decent amount of snow. Yesterday it was 0 and I'm in Texas. Holy crap! Normally raccoons dig a den underground. Wow. Well, this was when we first got the house and it wasn't cold like this. So I'm sure now they're digging up underground holes because it's so cold. But now I mean, before when it wasn't cold, they were definitely in that house. Well, you let the other cars drive and melt off the road first. Yeah, that's what I thought I was doing. But then I got a call saying I had to still come in. I was actually going to tell them, F it, I'm not coming. But I'm not a quitter. And so basically when they were saying they were all still going in anyway, I'm like, I might as well put my makeup on and try and make it out, you know? Because if I'm going to get stuck somewhere and be stranded, I have to have makeup on in case I have to get rescued. Like, hello? Send some snow this way, please. Yeah, I'll do my best Elsa magic trick and send you some snow. Do you want to build a snowman? Okay, bye. That's my rendition of Frozen, for those of you guys that haven't heard it. I can't. I can't even feel my fingers still. Oh, snap! We have windshield wipers. Did I not get the back of the car? Like, I can see, and I made sure to clear off the top of the car. Like, the whole top of the car so that there's not snow. You know how when you're driving in the snow and it's like there's cars in front of you, but they didn't clear off the snow on their car except for like just a little tiny part of the windshield where they can see in and out of. And so then they like do a hard stop and all of their snow comes flying onto your car. Yeah, I didn't want to be that person. So I basically cleared off the whole top of the car. Good morning, Margaret. We still have snow on the ground from a week ago. Wow. We did too until a couple days ago, and then it finally melted, and I was like, thank God I'm never going to have to see snow again. And then, like, here we are. Here's the snow. I just can't. It's so cold. And, I mean, when my kid was little and we made snowmen a little bit, it was fun, like, because we never had a lot of snow. In Virginia, you get maximum, like, 10 inches on a really, really, really crazy snowstorm day. Like, if it's snowstorming, like, crazy, you might get 10 inches. But most of the time, it's like every 10 years. Wait. Links don't work on YouTube Live. That's lame. They do. I see the links. Thank you. It works, Dumpling. Thank you. That's legal in some states. Oh, it's illegal to have your car piled up with snow still? Yeah, it should be. The only reason I think it's not illegal in Virginia is because we hardly get snow. So, like, they shouldn't make it a law because, you know, if it's not relevant, really. But when we do have snow, these people are just so unused to it or unaccustomed, and then they just, like, they leave it there. So it's like you're getting plundered by snow when you're driving on the road, and it's not fun. We're just going to go really, really, really super slow. But thank you, Helena. You're so sweet. If you don't clean up your car completely, you can get a ticket. Dang. Our cops have more things to do than that, I think. How much did you get, do you think? I showed it a minute ago. I didn't bring my ruler, though, so I don't really know. But a couple of inches. I mean, maybe 3 inches. I need to find somewhere that has food. I'm starving. I need coffee to live. I need coffee. Hey, JC. Thanks for coming. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to check out those insulated houses. Did you guys know that I learned this trick? My dad does this all the time because he has to leave really, really early. He used to be the first one to leave the house at like 5 o'clock in the morning. And so when it would be cold and the windows are frozen, you spray alcohol on the window and it literally like melts all the snow off instantly. I had to take my dogs out, so I turned on YouTube. Well, thank you, Heather. Welcome. Yeah, Casey, we have the cats and he's allergic, so they can't come inside. But I definitely have stuff in play. So, and you know, they're just walking around freely. Like, go somewhere, cat. You're gonna freeze to death. Hey, BJ, I live on the Ghost Coast and we got 6 inches of snow. What? Crazy. That's crazy. Alcohol's good for cleaning. Yeah. Go to your shelter, kitty. I think that's Oliver. I got you 2 days in a row. Yay, obsessed mind. Good to see you. I need to get coffee. I'm still sitting, but I got 2 of them. to come in the other night. Their kids, aw. How far do I have to drive in the snow? It's 20 minutes on a regular day. So it's definitely going to be 20 minutes of fun. I'm not looking forward to it. But I just got a message saying that we were on a 2-hour delay. So I didn't really have to get up when I got up. No, I'm not late. We got a 2-hour delay. That's a great idea. I didn't know they had those gallon jugs of alcohol from the beauty supply for cleaning. Yeah. Oliver's out here just roaming the streets. Yo, go lay down, cat. Now I have to worry about my back window. I might have to get the alcohol. But, yeah, we definitely got snow. I haven't even tried to reverse yet. I'm starting to think about how much I want my coffee. Let's see how motivated I am to back up. It's scary, man. When I first hit snow as a driver, I had a Lexus GS 300 with rear wheel drive. I can't say that normally, and I can't believe I just said it completely, but it completely did circles. Like, I backed up and the car was just like shoo, shoo. Like, I felt like I was spinning in circles. And hey Ashley, good morning. It was fun, but it was actually scary. So then now I've got like this phobia of driving in the snow. I don't know if this is all-wheel drive, rear. Can you guys say rear wheel drive? Because I can't. Rear wheel drive. Rear wheel drive. Oh my god. So yeah. It's like one of those words. Like, who made up that word? And why is it together in like 3 words that are all bad words to say? Rear wheel drive. I did it, kinda. Only if said slow. Exactly. It would make it a lot easier to say. Rural. I can't even say rural. Rural. I didn't even know I couldn't say that one. I need coffee to live. Front wheel drive is better for me. Yeah, I bet. I was born and raised up north. We used to have so much sliding around in the car. There's a name for it. I can't. Drifting. BTM's shoe shine. My city is Rural Ridge. Oh my god. I could not say, like, I wouldn't be able to say the place I live in. I wouldn't be able to say it. I would be like, I don't know where I'm from. I don't know. I don't belong anywhere. Oh god. Drifting. Not so much snow. Yeah. I don't want to hang up, but I definitely need to try and venture out for coffee. Let's see. I don't want to be on a live stream and then get caught spinning out or stuck or being somewhere where I'm like, help! Oh, the neighbor just drove up it. Okay. It shouldn't be that bad. I just watched the neighbor. You don't want us to see you go in circles? No. It's embarrassing. I'm actually really good. I'm a really good driver. And one time I drove the ambulance backwards through cones. It was like part of their testing or whatever, but I'm actually a really good driver. So I don't like to be bad at stuff or for people to see that I'm bad at stuff. It's like I'm a perfectionist, but then I'm like nowhere near perfect on any level of anything. I don't know how that works. That's me. Hey, Miss Donna Clark, good morning. 23 here in West Texas, feels like 12. Holy cow, I didn't even look to see how cold it is here, but it's definitely cold. I was actually thinking about putting on a second jacket, coat. What's the difference between a coat and a jacket? Is there a difference? Hey PJ, -4 here in mid-Michigan. Feels like -22. School have been closed last few days. Oh my God. I can't imagine. I really can't imagine. It was like 21 last night and I was freezing. A coat is a lot thicker than a jacket. Oh, okay. Get him up to help you. Yeah, he's sleeping. I'm pretty sure that I wear the pants here. I'm in Kansas. Glad we didn't get snow this time. We still have snow on the ground from last time it snowed. Oh my God. -10. Chaos and roses. Holy cow. A jacket is shorter? Oh, okay. Our buses won't start, so we haven't had school week. That's crazy. I mean, what did we do back in the old time days? Like, did we just... I remember older people. When I was in EMS, I got to meet a lot of like older couples and humans. And I mean older, like 80s. And I got a couple of good stories. That was my favorite part of being an EMT, is the story time with the older people, because they're so full of information. But I got to hear the, you know, well, when we were kids, we would walk through the trenches and, you know, it would be 500 miles and, you know, so I can't imagine the kids that had to walk in the snow in this, like, to go to school. Yeah. I can't imagine. I can't imagine it. Let's see. My back window still has snow on it. How did I miss that? It snowed in every city around me. I wanted to see my youngest dog react to snow, but we didn't get none. Wow. What state are you in? It's 1 here in Indiana. It feels like -18. Rear default. Thank you. I knew that. I knew that. Thank you. Good morning, Carolyn. I grew up in the mountains. Snow doesn't bother me, but I hate it when it gets below 20 degrees. Holy cow, yeah. Snow. It's cold. It's cold as shit. And they had to walk uphill both ways in the snow back then. Yeah, right? I live in northern LA County, and it's 23 degrees. Wow, Louisiana got snow too, I heard. Good morning, Jennifer B. No snow here. Our mountains are still burning. Oh my God, I can't imagine that either. Feels like -9 where I'm at in Indiana right now. Next week we'll be back to 70s. Texas is bipolar. That's how Virginia usually is too. And Virginia is like that. It's like one day it could be 10, tomorrow it's gonna be 50, the next day it'll be 5, and then the next day it'll be like 85. It's 10 degrees in New Jersey, PJ. Dang. 10 degrees. Let me see what it is here. Hold on. Okay. It says 20 degrees feels like 6. It feels like it's 6 degrees outside right now. Get your bread bags for your feet before you put them boots on. That's how my mom made us keep our feet warm. Oh. See, I don't even know what that is. A bread bag, like a plastic bag that the bread comes in? But I wish I had something to put on my boots, even though I've got the boots of all boots. 2 Christmases ago, Jimmy got me the tall Ugg boots, the ones that I wanted, the Bailey bows that I've never got to have, and I literally have wanted them like since they came out, because the little cute little bows. But bread bags were used to keep your feet dry. Huh. Okay. 21 here feels like 7. Yeah, see? 20 here and it feels like 6. I got Yak Tracks on Amazon. Helena, thank you. Thank you so much. Honestly, me was gifted a membership. Thank you, Helena. You're awesome. You always never disappoint. Thank you. Dang, I'm showing my age. Yeah, it's okay. It's just a number. Age is just a number. Best part of winter is the cute boots. Yes. Now I gotta get my coffee to go along with my boots. We're gonna go the long way, no matter how we go. I just tie Walmart bags around both feet. Really? See, I didn't even know to do that. Like, I'm just over here ruining my freaking best boots. Even though I did spray them with the waterproof stuff, but it still looks like they get, like, distorted colors. I don't know why, and I don't like it. I waited such a long time to get those boots. I should be taking better care, I guess. Now that I have a lot of time to get to work, heck, I might as well go back in here and get my snack or something, or a soda. I feel like it's going to be a minute to get me to freaking Starbucks. I need to learn to make my own coffee. I'm spoiled, but it's like the highlight to my day. I don't even think that I'm as friendly when my coffee is just regular coffee. PJ got to eat and get coffee. Yes. Stay on the emergency route. It's cleared. The city will keep it passable. I don't even know what that is, Susan. Like, what is the emergency route? That's what I mean. I'm like, not up to date on that stuff, and I should be. I used to be. When I was in EMS, I used to be, but now I just kind of just YOLO. Oh, the main roads. Yeah, I see what you mean. Watch out, kitties can get up around under the cars. Dangerous around here when people warm up their cars. Yeah, I always just beep my horn a couple times, and usually they scurry. But yeah, I can't stand my getting wet. You're getting wet. My shoes, not feet. Yeah, no, I hate that. And then when you have to walk around and your shoes and socks are wet, I hate that the most. Cold weather makes us feel and look older. Yeah. Cold weather sucks. But then again, I hate being extremely hot too. So it's like, at least when you're cold, you can put more layers on. When you're hot, it's like, it's frowned upon to walk around naked. Even then, it's like, still hot sometimes. So, Dumpling, do you ever sleep, girl? Dumpling, do you not sleep? What's up with that? Look at this. We're gonna attempt it. You gotta go really slow. Like really, really slow. Oh, it's good. We did it. I wish I could show you. You know what? If this phone holder was a little tiny bit higher, I could show my view, and it would be a lot more fun of a ride. Like, you'd be able to see out my windshield, and it would just be a lot more fun. But man, it's pretty. I guess if you like that kind of thing, it's like everything is covered in white. Yeah, we're gonna go 5 miles an hour through this whole thing. I could just tell you now. Not a single soul out, just me driving to get coffee. I mean, this is nuts. I highly, highly doubt there will be a single customer. Maybe there'll be like 5 customers today, and there's like 15 of us. So for all of us to be going to work right now is ridiculous. I mean, it's ridiculous. And look, these people were smart, and they at least put their windshield wipers up. I knew to do that, and I completely forgot. I figured, why not? You know, If I die today, at least everybody will see me die. Be careful, Jimmy can't live without you. Yeah. He actually said that to me yesterday. That's funny you said that, Cricket Arrow, because I was actually having really bad anxiety, and he said that exact same thing that you just said. That's crazy. When that happens, that always gives me like goosebumps, because it's like, how do you know? But no, he was fine without me. He was fine before me. He was fine without me. These people are just like shoveling their driveways like good people. Dang. Don't say that. I'm not. I just said it. I'm not saying it though. We just gotta test the brakes. Do you guys want to go do donuts? I could totally have fun, and I know how to maneuver a car. Like, I can't. It's not even clear, like there's no roadway. Usually when you're driving on a snowy road, there's like a person in front of you that drove it. So there's like a clear-cut path or a line to go follow, and there is not one at all. Yeah, I did the alcohol in my windshield, and my windshield is great. It's just my back that's still got a little bit of snow on it, but I cleared off everything else. Like the top of the car is cleared off, everything else is cleared off completely. Because I don't want to be that asshole. Coco, I know, I love him. He's my favorite. Look at this. I wish you guys could see it. I'm not looking at the chat, so I just will look down every now and then, but only because I'm going 5 miles an hour. And, yeah. Do I want to go this way? I really wish, I wonder if you guys could, hold on, let me try something. No. Dagnabbit. That's crazy looking, right? Which way should I go? Which way should I go? Right or left? Right or left? Oh, we're gonna go left. All right, see there, it went a little bit. Don't hit the gas too hard, or else. Whee! And the only reason I'm driving in this, it's like I've done it before. I've actually driven in an ambulance in this before, and they don't have snow tires. They don't have like the chain tires, because this doesn't ever happen. This is like a rare occurrence, and so we're not really used to it. That's why I think people don't know what to do in it. And I think that's part of the problem sometimes, is like, if everybody else doesn't know how to drive in it, it's hard to drive in. But for the most part, I mean, as long as you don't abruptly stop, or I'm not in the Jeep, no. I wish I was in the Jeep. The Jeep would be a lot more easier to maneuver, I think, but it's in the car. It's all right though. I mean, it's not bad at all. This is fine. I'm actually gonna go to Dunkin'. Since they did a 2-hour delay, now I can actually be, yeah, I was an EMT. But, since we're doing a 2-hour delay, I have time. I can go to Dunkin'. What is that? Okay, go. I'm not holding the phone the whole time. So yeah, this would be a good time to get all my Pokemon stops. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just driving slow enough to be able to get them. But don't Pokemon and drive, people. Only if you're the passenger. Man, where's all this snow from? I don't like it. It looks so weird. Like, 6 inches. He has 2 feet. Wow. Yeah, see, my sister's in Richmond, and she said she barely got any snow, but she just came from Snowshoe. So she was literally just in the middle of, like, a blizzard. And, yeah. That person didn't clean off the top of their car. See, that's what I'm talking about. You gotta clean off the top of your car, you asshole. All you gotta do is slam on a brake, and all that snow is gonna be going into the person's windshield behind you, you jerk. And we're tough here. We're open. Don't jinx me. Was that my car that made that sound? I don't think it was. Thank God you guys are coming with me. I would be sitting here all by myself trying to maneuver these roads. Oh my God. Whee! I'm really tempted to try and go do donuts somewhere. PJ, let's go to the beach. Good idea. Hell yeah, let's go. The beach is like 30 minutes away, or else I would take you. Heck, at this point, I feel like freaking doing YouTube is more beneficial than going to work. If I got paid enough, I would damn sure take y'all to the beach all day. The beach is my happy place. I always go to the beach when I've had like a bad day, like a really, and I say bad day, like when something bad happens, I always go to the beach. It's like my serene place to go to. Calming. I'm careful. I'm doing freaking 10 miles an hour. There's nothing much else that could happen here other than me spin out and do donuts, and I like that. So, you know, that'd be a good time for me. Hey, Rhonda. We're gonna try and make it to Dunkin' and pray, you guys, that it's open, because I'll be so sad if I drive all the way to Dunkin'. Don't you want to see the beach covered in snow? Yeah. I mean, I don't know that that's that exciting for me, but yeah, I mean, I get it. It's -8 here in Ohio. Holy crap. Oh. Go, people. This is just me getting out of the neighborhood. So, we finally have 100 likes. Thank you, guys. Yep, here we go. Uh-huh. This is crazy. Okay, go. Yeah, now I'm driving in mush. I almost would rather drive in the snow that's not been messed with, because the mush is not a good time. Driving on top of mush is like, I don't know, it feels like I'm wobbly. I don't like it. I don't like it. And now I got a 2-hour delay, so I don't even have to technically be at work. I'm about to get to work and take a nap. I can't believe that Florida got snow. Has Florida ever gotten snow? That was crazy. And then at one point I was watching freaking JLR, and I'm thinking like, we're about to watch them get stranded and have to get rescued. And then I was like, no, they know what they're doing. And then I would turn it off because we were at dinner, and then I turned it back on thinking like, okay, we got to just make sure they're not like out here dead somewhere. But yeah, back in 58, that's where last time that Florida got snow. Dang, that's a long time, and now they finally got snow again. Woo! Okay, person, go. This is not bad at all. He's out in the snow again this morning. Oh, I bet. He's a, what are those crazy people called that like to go on adventures and actually freaking risk their life? One of those people. All right. Well, I love that there's snow signs up, you know, the digital boards that they have. Snow removal in process. Okay, Captain Obvious. Proceed with caution. Yay, we're going cautiously. into the night. I mean, into the day. I can't. So what did you guys think about the freaking Steve Fisher interview? Because I'm still over here kind of like, wow. And, you know, I was going to title my stream this morning, if I was going to have a regular stream, I was going to title it that I was disappointed, because I had like 3 or 4 comments on my video talking about how somebody was disappointed in Dolly. And I'm like, first of all, this is not Dolly's channel. Yes, I know we're dating. Yes, I know we are a pair, a couple. We do things together. We don't share a brain. We definitely don't. I don't know. I was just disappointed that, you know, you're disappointed because you're talking to me on my channel about being disappointed about something Dolly did. But most of all, I'm actually disappointed that y'all didn't know him well enough or know about him enough to know that he's his own person. He's always had his own, like, he's always been like that. And everybody was like, I can't believe you got timed out. He's always gotten timed out. Everywhere he goes, he gets timed out because he can't keep his flappy mouth shut. No, he's not the PI that was in the Dylan Rounds case. He's the PI that was in Kylie Rodney's case. He seems to be inserting himself in cases that are high up. Well-known cases. And $15,000 for a retainer. Damn, you better have a good ass resume, sir. I want to see your resume. I think SF did well on the interview, but the Laura Lodge sent me down a rabbit hole. Dolly handled himself well. The SF Investigates guy has had shady past in the case that I started to see him in, which is Kylie Rodney. And so when he went up there, and what got me is that first, he didn't really answer questions. He confirmed that he was back being paid by these people, which you can tell the truth and get paid at the same time, but you're not going to throw out suspicions. Like, you're not going to say, well, it's strange that, you know, my clients left our house a couple of days after their kid went missing. And it's not because people were harassing them, because none of the YouTubers except for JLR were there at that time. So that is a lie. And the fact that, you know, the way that they called Seth, they didn't ask him, you know, hey, do you have Sebastian? Or hey, do you know where Sebastian is? That's really, really like jaw-dropping. And then for Chris to be like, oh, hey, Seth, don't get mad, but your kid is missing. Usually when you start a conversation with, hey, don't get mad, it's because you've done something and the person is going to be mad at what you've done. So, like, I don't know. There's a lot of different stuff. There's so much stuff that the people have done that is not an admission of guilt or not a 150% positive guilty freaking verdict in what they've said, but you literally can't explain away just some of the stuff that they've said, and it's suspicious. And so for the man to say, you know, he's a private investigator that charges $15,000 for a retainer, but yet he can't see a single thing that's suspicious according to him in his clients, and that to me is just, okay, well, you're biased. You're not going to tell us the truth, or you're not going to tell us your inside, your opinion, your true feeling, and that's a problem for me. Yeah, it was because most of it wasn't even bad, in my opinion, allegedly. Yeah. So many were timed out, it was ridiculous. Yeah, the whole chat basically was timed out. So it wasn't just Dolly. But Dolly's known to get timed out. He literally gets timed out because when he's chatting, usually he's not in a chat to be friendly. Usually when he's in chat, he's in there just to be a little asshole, because that's what he does for fun. And I say that as kindly as I can because I love him and I'm allowed to say that. But it's true. And so, like, all the people that were like, oh my God, I can't believe they blocked you. Like, what actually bothered me more than that was that the lady with the bullhorn had the nerve to comment on Twitter about how Dolly, hey Jax, good to see you. You made it. I'm driving on snow. This is not cleared at all. And I take it back. I like the smushy road better than this, because this feels like we're a little bit of a drift. We got a drift going on. Dolly tells the truth. He does, but most of the time it's like the fact that he just says what he wants to say, and a lot of people don't like that. And I've gone over that here on this channel a lot, whereas like when somebody comes to you and they're like, hey, how's your day? They don't actually want you to respond and tell you how their day is. They want you to say, oh, great, how are you? And so when you actually get constructive criticism or a response to something that you don't like, it's like a lot of people don't seem to be okay with it. They just want somebody to pad their ass and pretend like, you know, everything is perfect at all times. I love his personality too. It's amazing and funny, and just, he's lighthearted most of the time, but he can be mean and he can be snappy when he first wakes up. But for the most part, he's amazing. And we're going to Dunkin' on a road that is completely freaking solid, iced. There better be a Dunkin' right here. I will be so sad. There's 200 of you guys in here. Thank you so much for being here. Now, if I can manage to avoid the curb. I love that I took you guys with me. I wasn't going to, but it's definitely a lot more fun this way. So I don't feel alone on my drive. Oh, look, the people at Dunkin' managed to come. Yay! Thank you. I'm the sensible one. Yeah, sometimes. I have my moments too. I mean, I have my moments where I am out of line also, but I try to be the voice of reason most of the time. And you know, a lot of people are like, oh, you've taken over everything and you control him. No, I don't. If he's doing something that is similar to me, like in my manner, it's because he, for the most part, agrees with what he's doing. Like, he's not going to go and do something because I'm doing it, just because I'm doing it. He's actually more likely to do opposite of what I'm doing, just out of spite. Not spite. What's the word? Rebellion. Even though there's not really any reason to be rebellious. So it doesn't even make sense. But hey. You're high maintenance, lady? Yeah, I know. We just did a fishtail. I knew I was going to do one. You guys just seen it. Whee! I conquered the fishtail. All right. Okay. Gotta order.
What may I help you?
Hi. Can I please get a large iced caramel craze signature latte and cheese and egg croissant?
Any hash browns or snack and bacon?
No, thank you.
Would like to complete your order?
Yes.
11:18 at the window.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
I just want to hug this lady. Like, thank you. Thank God you're here. Now if I could just get my money out. Controlling Dolly would be like herding cats. Yeah. Herding feigning baby goats that are slightly handicapped. Tiny bit ornery. I see you guys get it. Your resume has been recommended. Wow. Okay. You did it! I did it! You guys saw me do it. Woo! My biggest accomplishment for the day is going to be driving here. You know what? I've decided that I had some type of trauma at childhood. So I don't drink hot coffee at all, ever. Hot coffee to me is like, I have PTSD from even thinking about hot coffee. When you had a sore throat in Europe, well, Croatia, I was born in Croatia, and I had a great grandmother that would do like the old wives' tales, the remedies whenever you get sick. And so anytime that I had a sore throat, they would brown sugar and add milk. I don't know exactly what was in the concoction, but I mean, I just knew it was hot as shit. And it would be like, here, drink this. They didn't speak English to me at the time, but that's how my mom talks now. So I'm just, you know, you get the idea. But it would be like, I'm 5 years old and they're giving me this freaking drink that just came off the freaking frying pan. It's hot as shit. And they're like, drink. I swear, if you have a sore throat and you no longer have one because you just burnt every inside aspect to every freaking part of your mouth, I mean, I guess it works.
You're on 11:18.
Oh, thank you. I'm glad you made it here this morning.
Glad you made it over too. We can help you out.
Thank you.
Egg and cheese croissant.
Thank you.
Caramel crepes latte.
Oh.
Enjoy. Be safe out there.
Thank you so much. Have a new brown sugar drink at Dunkin'. Oh, probably vanilla extract pure. See, I just remembered that it was like, you know how when you cook sugar? I remember watching her do it when I was little. I remember. And she would, like, it would be on a frying pan. And she would be like, whenever you put sugar, I don't know. That's why I thought it was sugar for sure. I mean, it might have had vanilla extract in it also. But I mean, it was super sweet. So I'm like, that can't be good for anybody. But okay, thanks, I guess. And it was just so hot. But the fact that it was just burning hot and that I hated getting burnt. My mouth was burnt completely every time that I had to drink it. Oh, yeah. Brain freeze. I hate brain freezes too. You know, that's a good point. It's like you gotta pick your battles. You gotta pick your battles sometimes. You either get the brain freeze or you get the burnt inside of your mouth completely. Okay. So, where should we go to do donuts? We were just at Dunkin' and we didn't get donuts. Better get the recipe from your mom. Yeah. There was a speed bump there. I almost forgot. I drove here a couple days ago to get Dunkin', and just like that, I forgot there's a speed bump right there. Oh, look, that truck has a plow on it. Like regular trucks with plows. That's weird. See, this hill scares me right here. It's a little teeny tiny hill. Oh my God. We did it! Okay. So, we're going to be on a main road here soon, and then it'll be all good. But until then, I'm going to only talk at stop signs. The old countries have all kinds of remedies. My grandma was Russian. Yeah, Croatia and Russia are not the same place, and a lot of people get that confused sometimes. But apparently they have similar words, because there was a Russian couple that was in my office the other day, and I could actually understand some of the words they were saying. And I'm like, where are you guys from? If it burned, it probably had liquor in it. It wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me if it had liquor in it. Shut the fuck up. Like, dude, we're in a snowstorm. But no, the remedies actually, I wouldn't knock them until you tried them. There was one that my dad did, and I actually told this story a little bit ago. Probably like within the last weeks of live streams that I've done. And it was about how when my mom went to Europe one year, my dad was taking care of my sister, and I had gotten some kind of sickness. I don't remember. I think it was mono. And I was so sick he couldn't get my fever to go down. And so he cut up raw potatoes and put raw potatoes on my feet and put like plastic bags on my feet. And it drew the fever out. And that's one of the old remedies that I guess they carried on through generations that worked, I guess. But yeah, so maybe I do need to get the recipe for in case, you know, that ever is necessary. And I need to burn the freaking taste buds out of my mouth at some point in time, or my kid's mouth. You know, who knows? Take the toxins out too. I did that with my kids. You did what? You did the potato thing? Did it work for you too? I heard onions work too, but I thought onions would be a lot grosser. Like with onions, you would end up like bad BO odor everywhere. And that would just be like, if you're sick and I have to take care of you and put something on you that's going to make you smell worse, like BO, I'm not going to do it. You're going to have to deal with your fever there. But potatoes, if you got potatoes, that actually worked. So that's an old remedy that worked. Check mother-in-law. I'm still searching for recipes for nut roll cakeys though. Yum. Yeah, there's a lot of different stuff you can get for information from older people and from foreign people, and just in general. It's like, if you actually take the time and listen to people, you can really truly learn from them sometimes, especially the older people. That was really my favorite part of EMS. There was this one time, oh my God, when I ran at Station 1, it was called No Run 1 because they didn't have as many calls as the other places. Because, well, Ambulance 1, it was on Shore Drive, and it's like a remote, not remote area. It's like a touristy, kind of like a high-end, uppity, right on the water type of area. And so I guess those people don't have emergencies very often. I don't know, but I would always run. And so for some reason I always, because when you do volunteer EMS here in Virginia Beach, you get 4 days out of the month that you have to schedule, or else like you're incomplete, your service is incomplete, and then you owe the city $15,000, which is what I did at one point. Because yeah, excuse me. The light's green. See, the car just did what I did back there. Light turned green for a second, and then it didn't go. And so now we're still sitting here, but that's okay. So anyway, Station 1, Shore Drive. It was like the ritzy south end of the beach. And so, I always ran. Is that why they didn't go? You're not in the straight lane, you big dummy. Okay. And so when I would run, when I would have to schedule my shifts, it would be 4 days out of the month. You've got to schedule them like before the month started. And so I would always just pick random days, and I would have to do EMS after work on either a Friday or on a Saturday and Sunday, because they were 12-hour mandated shifts. And so I would always somehow manage to put my shift onto a day where it's either a full moon or there's something insane crazy going on. Like there was a shooting at the beach one time and I just happened to be on shift, or there's full moons. And I always ran at 1 for the most part, and that is right next to the senior citizen home. It's called Westminster Canterbury. It's this high-end, I mean, senior citizen living home on the water. It's just like $1 million to rent. You don't even own it, but you pay like $1 million. And so I always had a call every night at Westminster that I ran, because, you know, the senior citizens always need something, and no matter what, we're always there. So at like 3 a.m., it was like every time you go to the senior citizen home. And well, there was this couple I'm never gonna forget. It's like this little elderly man, and older men, they either absolutely will never go on an ambulance, ever, 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 or they're like, I'll go if you take me. So it's just like, oh my God, like, it's hilarious. But this little old man had his little wife with him. They'd been married like 50 years, something crazy, and they had their little apartment at Westminster. And I remember I had to literally move their little table out of the way, because when you walk into their walkway, there was a table with their fine china set out on the table. And in order to get the stretcher into the room, I had to move the fine china. I had to reorganize basically their living room in order to get the stretcher in there. The little old man went, and the wife was walking next to the stretcher as we went, holding his hand, and he's like, my wife makes the best spaghetti. Like, they were like this Italian couple, and she's like, my wife makes the best of spaghetti. I would not be alive without her. And he didn't have an accent, but I just, you know, my mom has an accent, so it's okay if I have one. But I don't even know why I tell you guys that story. God wants me to tell you to quit lying, Dumpling. What are you doing, y'all? You better behave yourselves. So anyways, yeah, there's just a couple of different sets of people that I met while I was an EMT that are just the absolute cutest. And I love that. I love that. And I mean, those are the stories that would make you want to go back to EMS. But I don't really believe in the system anymore, sadly. And I don't know. I just feel like the medical industry is made for to make money. And yeah, I don't believe in the system anymore. It's like, how can you help people when you are, I don't know how to explain it, because it's not that I don't think that people should get money for helping people. It's got an incentive to it that's not for the best benefit of the human. Like, I would go pick up people from the methadone clinic that are like overdosing, and I'm like, this is supposed to be in play to help these people, but yet here we are at this place that's supposed to help where it's not helping. I don't know. Welcome to Virginia Beach, and the road is slushy. I guess it was just Chesapeake that didn't freaking clean off their roads. It's crazy. It's all about the money and not the patients anymore. Yeah, I actually stopped doing it when I heard one of the people in the admin office at one of the hospitals calling one of the patients a customer. And I was just like, what? You want me to bring the customer in here? And the lady repeated herself. Like, I thought I misheard her and that she wasn't actually being serious, but she definitely called one of the patients a customer, and that was it for me. I'm like, this is not what I thought it was. And then when the big C came, it was like, all right, everybody wear a mask. And I'm like, well, do we get a new mask every time we go to a different house? Because, you know, germs, contamination. And they're like, no, you got to recycle that same mask. And I'm like, that's not how that works. That's not ever been how that works. I've never had to wear a mask in my life. I've been on the back of this ambulance at least 2 years, and you're sitting here telling me that now all of a sudden that's a thing because you say so? Yeah, no. Not my cup of tea. And then when you can't explain it to me, like, all of the doctors that I had built relation rapport with, and all the high-end EMTs and the paramedics, and I'm all sitting there trying to ask them like the whole concept of why, you know, now all of a sudden we can't breathe. Because, you know, for me, a mask, it just kind of felt like I couldn't breathe. That's why I hate it so much, I guess. I'm sure it works for some people. I'm sure it helps in certain situations. Because, I mean, I know I had to put masks on patients that were coughing and sneezing that would be affecting us in the ambulance. But not ever somebody that was on our bus. It's just like, I don't know. But nobody could ever really explain it to me. So when I asked the one doctor that I made friends with and the very long time paramedic that I had become friends with, and they're like, oh, well, we just do it. You just wear it just because, you know. And I'm like, so we're wearing it because everybody else is wearing it? How does that work? Why? Like, I can't. And I'm just not one of those people that just conforms. So it's like, I don't just sit quietly and take orders when it's like, you're telling me I have to wear a mask that makes me feel like I can't breathe, but you can't explain to me why I'm wearing it. Mask kicked in, my claustrophobia. Exactly. I think it might be a claustrophobia because, like, I couldn't even really explain to myself why it felt like I couldn't breathe so bad. That literally might have been it. And I didn't know that. It's like, and I'm all about caring for other people. Like, I literally volunteered to help people on my free time. Like, I literally ran an EMS shift 4 days out of the month. And so for people, because people would get upset with me sometimes, like, oh, you're putting people in danger, and the people that are immune compromised are out here, and how dare you. And I'm like, I'm out here trying to save lives, and I'm telling you, I'm uncomfortable because I feel like I can't breathe. Like, if I have a cold, or if I feel like for whatever reason I may possibly be out here infecting somebody, I would rather not be here. Hell, this mask is gonna make me go a lot smaller and slower if, you know, I'm wearing it, because I feel like I can breathe. I'm like, I'm about to become the patient. So I don't know, but a lot of people just conformed and did it and whatever, and I'm sure, you know, it works for something. I mean, the surgeons have to wear a mask before they go operate on a patient, because the patient's going to be exposed in their inner organs when they cut them open, and therefore anything that gets within that is like, you're contaminating their inside. So I mean, I kind of get that, but hey, what do I know? And then, but that's the thing. The surgeon comes out of the surgery room and takes off everything and puts it away specifically to decontaminate. Like, that's another thing. When I would get back from my EMS shifts, I would have to strip before I went into the house. So it's like, especially if I had nights where I went into some houses that were like, I actually went in a couple places where there was the people before me. There was an event. Oh my God, there was an event. The cops came into a house because it was a cops come whenever somebody's unconscious. And when the cops went in, they fainted. And so the hazmat EMT firefighter staff had to go in. And I was secondary, thank God, because I wasn't on that. I wasn't in that round. But they had to hazmat because they couldn't figure out why, you know, these people originally are passed out. The people that go in to try and save them, they're passing out. And so it's suspected like a powder in the air, if you know what I mean. I'm not going to say what it was. But, so, I don't know why I was telling you guys that story. Oh, yeah. So there's been times and places, you know, that I put myself in danger, but that was one of the examples and whatnot. It's like, so you gotta be really careful. And now I'm driving again, so I gotta pay attention. And I don't really remember why I was telling that story. I hate when that happens. I feel like I'm so all over the place that it's like, I know I was telling you guys that story for a reason. I always have so much that I want to say, and it's just like, oh yeah, I was talking about how the people that would get upset when I would have an issue with a mask because they're immunity compromised, and I would basically feel like that was a punch in the face because I was out here risking my life volunteering to help these people. and that I would never be out on an ambulance if I felt like I was sick, like I could give somebody else some kind of sickness. Like, I don't believe in sending my kid to school. Like, right now my kid's got a 99.4 temperature, and I didn't want her to go to school. Good thing they had snow, because now she's got a snow day. But it's just, I don't know. I sometimes miss it. I sometimes miss being in EMS, because it's like really rewarding when you're able to help people like that, the people that are truly in need of help. It's just something so rewarding to it that it just gives you the good feelings. I mean, I kind of miss it, but at the same time, it's like I don't know. Just had like a deep conversation with myself. Since I've gotten into Virginia Beach, it's like there's not really an issue in driving, so that's good, I guess. And now that I got my coffee, it's all better. She says that, but also knows she's severely ADHD. Yeah, I have ADHD. Oh, thank you, Dumpling. Yeah, when you follow proper protocol, and some of the places that I had been in where you have to mask up and you have to put, a hazmat suit on, basically. Not really. Technically, it's just like a PPE gear. So it's like the full outfit, like the suit. You decontaminate after you use it. And so, like, the whole purpose of having protective gear, it's PPE, personal protective equipment, I think is what it stands for. But the whole purpose of wearing it, and that's part of where the mask comes in. You wear the mask with it. But the whole purpose is to keep the particles from coming in and from your particles from going out. And then once you're done with it, you have to dispose of it properly. And so a lot of times when I would be ending my shift and I would come home, I would take everything that I have on off at the door. I would put it in a bag to go to the washing machine. I would literally walk to the washing machine with it, instantly throw it in the wash, and then, go about my business, take a shower and all that. But with the whole mask mandate thing, it was like, oh yeah, you can wear your mask all day and every day and nobody cares. And that's like not how that works. And so I questioned that too, and then it's like, well, this is just what we have to do now. So like, okay, well, that's not how that works. But I started talking about the story about the powder, because that's something that can get inside of your particles, and then you have to just kind of like strip down. But they have this whole decontamination process. And so when that happened with that call with the people that were all fainting, they all had to go through this process, and they couldn't take people into the hospital because they were worried that that powder, because that powder is so strong that if it gets into the air, it could take out a whole room full of people, a whole building, a whole area, whatever area that's contaminated with it. So everybody had to walk through this whole decontamination center and like washed off in public. Like, I mean, that was crazy in itself. That was one of the stories I'll never forget. I have a handful of things that I witnessed that are just like, and I thank God every day that I've never witnessed a medical emergency with a child severely hurt, because I don't know if I could deal with that. And that's why when I actually started doing EMS, I used to have really bad anxiety, and I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. Why would I sign up for something to whereas I might possibly freak out, like, and I say freak out, like, it's just have an anxiety attack. That's my word for freak out. But I signed up for it because I wanted to challenge myself, and I've always actually wanted to be a 911 dispatcher. And so I thought if I had EMS under my belt, that I would be able to go into 911 dispatch. And so I get into the field, everything's great. I don't actually have anxiety really. And so I'm all impressed with myself. And then there's times where, like, and it started happening after the whole mask thing. That's why I kind of relate the two, I guess. But it was like, I had to wear it because, you know, everybody else is doing it. And it was like, I got anxiety one time. I think I just got out of breath, or I started to breathe wrong. Because, you know, like when you miss a step and you, like, I don't know. I basically freaking started to panic, and I'm thinking to myself, like, I'm about to be the patient. You're about to have to scoot over on the stretcher. But that never happened. So that worked out for me really well. And, yeah. I like to feel like I'm helping people. And so that was something that I enjoyed. And sometimes I think about going back, but I don't know. It's like, I don't really want to be a part of the system. It's like, I want to be a part of the helping process, but I don't want to be a part of the system. And they work together, because it's like, you can't have one without the other. And yeah. And I did get into 911, and then they took back their offer. That was a whole nother story by itself. Like, Jax, why are you saying deuces? Oh, you're leaving. Okay. Well, I've been driving, so I haven't really been looking at chat. I only started looking at it when I get to lights, or when I got here, because I'm practically here. But it's not even really that bad over here. It was the worst snow. People with ADHD work better under pressure. Yes! And I didn't know that either. That was crazy. That was the crazy part to it all. Like, I don't know why. It's like, if I know that tomorrow at 8 o'clock I'm going to have to go perform CPR on somebody, I would have a literal, like, I would have a full-blown nervous breakdown. I would basically spend every hour, every minute, every second thinking about how possibly tomorrow at, 8 p.m. when I have to go perform CPR, I would possibly not do it right, or something bad will happen to where I'll die by then. And it literally would just eat me up alive. I would never, ever be able to comfortably do that, to where I'd have an appointment tomorrow at 8 p.m. to do CPR on somebody. But now, if you rang me up and said, hey, the building next door, there's a lady that needs CPR, go now, go give her CPR, no problem. None whatsoever at all. And I'm gonna happily go do it, even though I'm not gonna be able to walk after freaking CPR for 30 minutes. That's another thing. Everybody that does CPR on a daily basis, more power to you. CPR is absolutely, like, try doing freaking push-ups for an hour. It's like equivalent to that, I feel like. And ADHD, yes. I haven't taken my medicine, and I am all over the place, and I always feel like I have so much to say. I feel like every time that I get to talk, it's like I want to say it all at the same time. And basically, yeah, I definitely have ADHD. I've been diagnosed with ADHD. I take medicine for ADHD, and a lot of people find it annoying to talk to me because of ADHD, I think. But hey, it is what it is. I'm here. I made it. So, I think it's because we're extremely focused on the chaos and are able to not focus on ourselves and our own thoughts. Yeah, that's actually true. I drink Celsius to help calm my ADHD. I'm squirrel brain. I don't know what Celsius is, but yeah. Is it hyperactivity or anxiety? I wonder if they're not the same. You know what? Cricket Era. That's a story all in it. I'm so glad you brought that up, because that's like, I always was told I had anxiety. And so they put me on all these anxiety medicine, and anything medical, anything doctor related is like, you're practicing medicine. So you're like trial and error, especially when it comes to like mental stuff, I believe. And this is my opinion only. I'm not a doctor. So like, they would give me all these different medicines for, anxiety and depression, because they classify them together. I don't feel like I've ever been depressed, ever. I've been sad and upset that I didn't want to leave the house because I had anxiety really bad. But so they would give me all these medications for depression and anxiety. And I'm like, well, I don't really feel like I have depression. And I would say that to them and they would just be like, well, no, this helps with anxiety. So like, okay. So I tried this. It didn't work. I tried this. It didn't work. I tried that. I got fat. I tried this. It didn't really, like, the only thing that would help a little bit would be like the Xanax, which is frowned upon to say here, but don't take medicine, go to the doctor. I'm not a doctor. And so finally, after years of this back and forth, I finally met a couple people. I like really researched, I really studied and like did everything I could to learn about what I had or why I had it or how to fix it. And so I actually had talked to a couple of friends that were like, well, I actually got ADHD medicine and I've been able to go places. I'm like going out to the mall with my friends now. I'm going to do things to where I feel like I'm living my life again and I've lost all this weight and I'm happy. And so I go to my psychiatrist and I'm like, well, look, this person and this person have both told me their story. They both have similar issues with anxiety in their past. And they're talking about how they're living their life now. And now I want what they have. And the doctor was looking at me like, I'm not going to give you that. That medicine is going to make you go crazy. You're going to have even worse anxiety if I give you that medicine. And I'm like, at this point, I really need you to do it or else I'm going to just have to go buy it on the street. I told my doctor that. I really did because I was so frustrated and I was so tired of them giving me so many different things that just weren't working, were like masking the symptoms or making me like numb or just like I wasn't even myself at one point in time. I was literally like not me. And so I finally said, hey, look, I'll go buy it on the street if you don't let me try it. Like, it's that serious at this point. And he was like, okay, fine. 10 milligrams, sure. That was like 15 years ago. And I don't really have anxiety anymore. Every now and then, like yesterday, I actually got anxiety a little bit. And I think it's because of what I ate. But I can usually, as long as I can catch it as it's happening or starting to happen, and I don't let it roll down the hill to become a bigger thing, it works well. Like, it works amazingly. But like, it's like maybe once a month if I ever have anxiety now. Before, I used to not want to leave my house. I used to go into the grocery store, okay, like Walmart. And that would be a really, really bad thing because Walmart is Jimmy's favorite place. Like, he will go to Walmart just to walk around Walmart, and I can't stand Walmart. And I've gotten actually so good at going into Walmart now. It's like one of the things that I put on my list of accomplishments. That sounds crazy, right? But before, when I had really bad anxiety and I couldn't leave my house, I would try. I would still try. I never gave up. But so I would try to go to Walmart and I would start pushing my cart around, and then I would put the stuff into the cart and, stuff that I need. And then I would, all of a sudden, especially if I walk towards the back of the building, it's usually where it happened the most every time. So I would try not to walk to the back of the building. And, that's hard because, like, what if you... Hey, Brandy, good to see you. Can you guys hear me now? I shouldn't be muted. Oh, okay. That was weird as hell. I don't really understand. I just lost audio all of a sudden for no reason. I was like in the middle of having a full-blown conversation with you guys and I just lost audio. That was weird. Hey, Brandy. Did your Bluetooth? No, I didn't have Bluetooth on. I didn't have Bluetooth on at all. We can relate. You guys all had anxiety? Sounded like a buzzing sound. It was weird. Yeah, that is weird. I mean, I did turn the car off, but I didn't have Bluetooth. You accidentally tapped your phone and it went out. Yeah, but I didn't. I went to because there's a microphone here, and I went because I tried to turn the sound back on. I thought that it was off, maybe on the soundboard here, but it wasn't. We got a late start because of snow. I'm at work. I just got to the job. But yeah, I was just telling you guys some of my stories. I used to have really bad anxiety, and didn't want to leave the house, and I'm all good now, thank God. Everything's situated. The stress is real after a trip to Walmart. I feel it. Yeah, no. And then when I had a kid, I got pregnant, and the whole pregnancy, I was thinking that I was gonna like have a kid and then be in a grocery store. That was like my nightmares. I had bad dreams. Like I had bad dreams that I would have a newborn in a shopping cart and that I would get an anxiety attack and that I would leave the newborn in the cart. And like clearly that never happened, or I would never do that. And thank God I haven't had anxiety like that since. But I mean, like, how irrational of a thought. Like, clearly I would never leave my kid in a shopping cart. But in my brain, it was what I would just like sit and worry about. And it's like, is it anxiety or is it ADHD? Because I literally have, when I'm not on anxiety medicine and when I have, you know, the anxiety, it's usually like a lot of thoughts. Like, what if this happens? Or what if this happens? Or what if this is like this? Or what if I can't finish this? Or what if that? But when I'm on the medicine, it's like only one worry at a time usually. Intrusive thoughts are the worst. And you know, when I was pregnant, the doctor that I went to go see for pregnancy, I tried to explain to him that I needed anxiety medicine because they took me off, you know, the Xan. Everybody knows what that is, and it's frowned upon to say, but I just said it, so. And so I tried to explain to the doctor that was going to be delivering my baby that I really needed anxiety medicine because, you know, I'm stressed out. I had a bad relationship at the time. I was unhappy with everything, and I was going to freak out if, you know, they didn't have some kind of way to calm me down. And the man says to me, well, if you can't get yourself under control, we may have to look into somewhere to admit you into. And I was like, did this man just tell me that I was going to need to go to a mental hospital? Like, why would he tell me that? So then I went home that day and I literally convinced myself that I was losing my mind, that this doctor I just seen was going to put me in a home, and that this was it for me. I'm dying. Like, it's not normal. We have workers in the parking lot that are like female, and I don't know what they're doing. I'm like, who are you people? Saying used to be my best friend. See, and I hated being on that because every single time that I've had to take that, like I have that still for emergencies. Does anybody else have one in their bag that they've had for like years, but just the fact that it's there is like the most calming, soothing feeling ever? Because I do. And so I'm like, thank God for that one in my bag, because like I would die without that. And look, yes. See, I always thought I was the only one. I thought there was something seriously wrong with me because I couldn't function. Like, just the thought of running out of one would put me into one. So it's just like, Holy shit, all of you guys are just like me. And for the longest time when all of this started, luckily, yeah, Margaret. Luckily mine didn't start until I went from high school to college. It was like the big transition in my life. But I always felt like I was some weirdo, like that I was all alone and that nobody understood me and that everything that I'm feeling is crazy. So I actually thought like at one point that they were going to want to admit me because of how I was feeling. And so I'm like all out here all alone, and now I'm pregnant, and this man's telling me basically that if I can't get myself together, which clearly that was a problem for me at the time, that I was going to have to be admitted into some type of home. And so like I'm spiraling at this point. I had the worst pregnancy ever. I mean, I had the worst. My doctor had me on Valium since 18. I was massive panic attack. I haven't taken anything for 8 years. We love you, PJ. Captain, that is capital. That is amazing. Good job. Good for you. Let's see. I couldn't keep one in a bag. I would take it. Yeah, see, I prefer not to take it because when I take it, I feel like I have a hangover from it for like a week. And I just don't like feeling like I don't like feeling like that. I'm in Milton, Florida, next to Pensacola. The snow here is insane. I'm a shock. Wow, who done it? You guys have had snow before? Sometimes a 3-day stay helps. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it helps for some people. I don't like that idea even. I don't like the thought. I don't like the... I don't know. Not in 80 years. Dang. That's crazy. The people outside that are working here, I guess, are having a field day. I don't know why they're screaming, but hey. Thank you. Yeah, I got up and then I thought I wasn't going to have to go to work. And then my boss said to get here slowly and safely. And then I got told they had a 2-hour delay. And so I had to basically fix my makeup, get out, PJ gives your brain a rest. Yeah, I understand, but I don't necessarily feel like I need a rest. And I just don't like that idea. That's like I think it's a control issue. I can drink a Red Bull and be fine, but drink a cup of coffee and get anxious. See, that's weird. I sometimes get it too. Like if I have a cup of coffee from one place that I absolutely love, I sometimes get anxiety. It's weird. I think it depends on how much caffeine's in it. I'm 62 years old, never taken anything for anxiety, but I've had a lot of talks to myself like, hey, you got this. I was always afraid to take anything. Yeah, my mom's like that. Eric Grinder always going, yeah, I have to be going. Hey, Miss Fletcher. Good to see you. I don't feel like I'm functioning if I'm not going. So like when I'm not going, it's like I feel like I'm either sick, there's something wrong with me. It feels like the world is standing still. And I don't like it. I don't like feeling like that. So whenever I've had to take the anxiety medicine, does your mom or sister? My sister has it really bad. My mom, I think, has it, but she's never admitted to having it. And she's one of the people that are not into medicine. So yeah. All right, it's 9:15. I've been here for 93 minutes. And too busy can be a trauma response. That's interesting. You guys have some interesting insight. Yeah, they won't. PJ. I don't like feeling stuck. It's a cycle with anxiety. Yeah. Have a great day. Yeah, we had a really good talk, you guys. Thank you so much. And that's another thing. It's like, I just overthink everything. Like this talk we just had, I'll end this and I'll be sitting at work and thinking like, did I even say anything that mattered? Like, what did these people think about me when I'm like talking and then suddenly I don't remember what I was even talking about? And then I'm like, is anybody even gonna bother to watch this after I'm done? Like, should I just put it on private? Should I put it on members only? Like, people pay to be members on my channel, and I don't really provide them with exact content. So, like, should I give this just to members only? It's like, you know what I mean? We had a good time for real, PJ. I'm glad. I'm really glad. Workaholic equals trauma response. I know all too well. Everything you say matters. Thank you. You guys are so sweet. And see, that's another thing. I think that, like, maybe I wasn't loved as a child or something, but I get weirded out when people are, like, too kind. We love you for real. We love that you're real. Yeah, I try to be. And that's another thing. It's like being vulnerable is hard because when you're too real, like I can be here, it's like a lot of people will utilize that against you. Thank you, Capital. Great talk. Yes, I'm sure talk is helping others. I'm neurospicy and I do the same. Maybe you're neurospicy too. I'll have to look that up. I don't even know what that means. Is that like a new woke term? I don't mean that in a mean way. I just mean like a new thing as to like, I don't know. I don't know what I mean. Yeah, that's why you're not used to it. It's so weird. Yeah, trust issues come with anxiety disorder. Yeah. It's not even trust issues. Like, I'm not very good at, when somebody tells me nice stuff, like, about me and how I am or whatever, I'm just like, thank you. It's uncomfortable almost. I'm just like, there. Like, I'm not very good at, it's weird because it's like, I say I'm not very loving or very, like, I don't do hugs. If you've seen Dumplin' earlier, she was like, I'm gonna hug you. And, you know, I'm like, no, you're not. But, I want hugs for my boyfriend, you know, like, and my kid. But like everybody else, it's just kind of like, don't touch me. But that's like, you know, I'm not a shut out person. It's weird. It's like I just got done talking about how much I care about people and I want to help people. And that's why EMS was so important to me. But then I'm like, but don't touch me. It's like counterproductive there. It's uncomfortable. Most likely it's a lack of affection. Yeah. I guess that could be possible. That's probably what it is. You're probably right. All right, you guys. I said bye already. But yeah, for real this time. Bye, guys. Have a good rest of your day. Bicycle.